Hello friends, now this class we are going to discuss constructive interference and destructive interference derivation. You know, previous class already I told what is the interference pattern. Now this is called central bright and at a particular point P will get constructive interference or destructive, or we can one more name is bright or dark. Okay, so first of all, here at point O, clearly we can observe this is central bright. Why? Because from S light travel in all direction. We know the light travel in the spherical wave fronts, and from S1 to O and S2 to O almost if you take one scale and draw from S1 to O, if you take one scale, same scale S2 to O, we can observe S2O and S1O must be almost same. Okay, so there is no path reference. So there is no path reference while reaching from light from S1 to O and S2 to O. There is no path reference. So here clearly we can observe central bright fringe. Now at particular point P, here we'll get constructive or destructive interference. Now we are going to discuss that conditions. First of all, this is source S1, source S2, and the distance between these two sources that is called D, and this is nothing but slit, double slit, and this is called screen, and the distance between the slits to screen is capital D, and the distance between the two slits is small d. Here very clear, capital D is greater than small d. Capital D is greater than small d. That means what? When compared to distance between the slits and screen, and this is almost very small, that means negligible. Okay, that is one important point. Suppose the light suppose the light wave from S1 y1 is equal to a sine omega t. Here omega is angular velocity, and a is nothing but amplitude through S1, and y2 is equal to a sine omega t plus pi. That pi is nothing but phase difference between S1 and S2. What is the phase difference? For suppose this is the perpendicular bisector, a perpendicular bisector drawn from slits to screen. This is called perpendicular bisector. And for suppose this is the point P, a line drawn from center of this point to that point P, and these two makes an angle theta. This perpendicular bisector and this center to point P makes an angle theta. Okay, and if a perpendicular line drawn from S1 to this S2, this is the perpendicular line. This is the perpendicular line, and this is perpendicular. Okay, and the angle between this one and this one is theta, and this is also must be theta. The angle between these two is theta, and for this line this is perpendicular, for this line this is perpendicular. These two angle theta means that perpendicular also makes an angle theta only. Okay, so this is if you take that one more name is n, and this S to n is path difference. This S to n is here path difference. That y1 is equal to, for suppose amplitude may be different but frequency must be same, and y2 is equal to a2 sine omega t plus pi. Amplitude may be different or same. Amplitude same, these two equations. Amplitude different, these two equations. For suppose if we take two waves S1, the light coming from S1, that is light equation y1 is equal to a sine omega t, and S2, that is y2 is equal to a sine omega t plus pi. That pi is nothing but phase difference. This is for suppose pi or theta, whatever it may be. Okay, for suppose if you take this is theta. And according to superposition principle, what is superposition principle? According to superposition principle, so what is the superposition principle? The resultant wave is a y is equal to addition, vector addition. Y r is equal to y1 plus y2. For suppose y r is equal to, what is y1 here? A sine omega t plus here second y2 is equal to sine of a plus b formula, sine a cos b, sine a cos b or theta plus cos a sine b, cos a sine b. Now after multiplying these two, so that is y a1 sine omega t plus out of this is multiplied a2 sine omega t cos theta plus a2 cos omega t sine theta. Out of these two, which one is common? Sine omega t common. Sine omega t common will get a1 plus a2 cos theta plus here a2 cos omega t sine theta. Okay, now my convenient point of view, this suppose we can write one more equation, yr is equal to sine omega t, here a1 plus a2 cos theta plus we can write here cos omega t a2 sine theta. This is my convenient point of view. We can write a bracket. Say a1 plus a2 cos theta. We can write, for suppose, a cos alpha. A cos alpha, that is my convenient point of view, and this bracket a2 sine theta we can write a sine alpha. Substitute, this is equation 1 and 2. Substitute here, we'll get yr is equal to, substitute here, we'll get yr is equal to, here in the place of a1 plus a2 cos phi we can write a cos alpha sine omega t. That means a sine omega t cos alpha plus in the place of a2 sine theta we can write a sine alpha, so we can write here a cos omega t sine alpha. So it is clearly yr is equal to, now out of these two a is common, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b, we can write sine of a plus b. So this is the resultant wave equation. While it reaches S1, the light coming from S1, S2, while it reaches point P, this is the resultant wave equation. That resultant wave equation yr is equal to a sine omega t plus alpha. This a is nothing but resultant amplitude. Now resultant amplitude a we have to find out by using equation 1 and 2, equation 1 square plus 2 square. So equation 1 square is a1 plus a2 cos theta whole square is equal to a plus equation 2 LHS a2 sine theta whole square is equal to RHS a is common, a square. Now we can write cos square alpha plus sine square alpha. Okay, so a plus b whole square, explain a plus b whole square. So we can write a1 square plus a2 square cos square theta plus 2a1 a2 cos theta, now plus a2 square sine square theta is equal to a square. This value becomes 1. So from this one, a square is equal to, we can write a1 square. Out of these two, a2 square common. After a2 square common, we can write cos square theta plus sine square theta, and plus remaining this one. This is 2a1 a2 cos theta So from this one, a square is equal to a1 square plus a2 square. This value becomes 1. So 1 into a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos theta. 2a1 a2 cos theta. Okay, we know intensity and amplitude relation. So intensity is directly proportional to amplitude whole square. So here this is the resultant amplitude, so that's why this is yr is equal to a1 is nothing but intensity amplitude of the first wave, so that's why that intensity is I1, and a2 is nothing but amplitude of second wave, so that intensity is I2, because we can write I is directly proportional to amplitude square. So this is a1 square is nothing but I1, a2 square is nothing but I2, and plus this is 2 a1 is nothing but root I1, and a2 is nothing but root I2, and this is cos theta. So this is the resultant intensity at point P. Okay, so at point P, resultant intensity maximum, that is constructive interference, or will get the bright fringe. For suppose at point P intensity is minimum, at point P intensity is minimum, will get a dark fringe. So that minimum decide maximum or minimum decides is this cos theta. Now the conditions for bright and dark fringe will discuss next class. Okay, thank you very much.